Hey there, LogDog321 here for VacBin.com, and today we're going to show you how to troubleshoot and maintain your Shark Rocket vacuum. Now, let's start with maintenance. To maintain it, it's actually pretty simple. All you have to do is take the Shark Rocket and disconnect it from any wand or attachments, and lift up here on this little tab. When you do so, the filter cover comes off. Just put this to the side, and you will have two filters here. You're going to have a top foam filter and a bottom felt filter. Wash both these in cool water, let them dry 24 to 48 hours, and you'll be all good. So let me put this back in here. And that is literally all the maintenance you need to do on this unit, besides emptying the bin after every use. For your brush, it's very simple to do maintenance. You're just going to take it off of the wand, so hit the nozzle release button, and you will have this. From there, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that there's no hair on this brush. And you can just cut it off, use a knife, scissors, whatever you want. If there's still a lot, you can use these little screws right here. There's one here, here, and here. You're just going to unscrew that, and then this whole bottom piece will pop off and it will let you get in there. So let's say you have something stuck in there or a lot of hair, very easy to get off and clean. And that is pretty much all the maintenance you have to do for the carpet side. Now, if you give me 1 second, I'll put this back together. And there's one more thing you got to do for maintenance. If your Shark Rocket came with a dust away attachment, it looks like this. You do need to clean off this microfiber pad by washing it. Very simple, and do that whenever it gets really dirty. That's all the maintenance you have to do for this machine. Now for troubleshooting, let's talk about that. Let's say we are rocketing and we don't have any performance. It stops picking stuff up on the carpet. Well, let's see, there are a couple of things that could happen. So let's start at the top and work our way down. Easiest way to find a clog in the machine is start by getting just the head unit. Turn it to setting 1. And check that there's suction right there. If there's suction at the entrance point to the vacuum, then that means that the clog is later on. If the clog is inside the vacuum, then we can start troubleshooting there. So you're going to want to take this bin off and make sure that there are no clogs inside the entrance point right up in there. There could be a clog in there, and you can also visually inspect by simply looking into the vacuum. If you don't see any clogs there, take off the top here and make sure that your filters are clean. If they're not clean, then you can lose a lot of performance. And then check if there's anything caught in here. If there are things caught in here, that can also hinder performance. You can also turn on the vacuum and feel. If you feel air coming by right here, then that means you have a clog in that cyclone assembly down there, that little shroud. And to get to that, just take off that, open up the bin and just clean it off with your fingers in there. Let me put this back on. Now, if you don't have any airflow here, there's one last thing you could check before calling Shark. Let's just put this back together. The last thing you could check is back here, the exhaust port. So we're just going to hit the button, pull off the grill, and then we have this little filter. If there's stuff clogged back here, which can happen, if it gets too clogged, your machine will stop working. So make sure that that's all clean. You can't wash this filter though. So that's one thing you should be aware of. But now that that's put back together, the next thing that you can check for clogs is if you felt suction at that entrance point, but you don't have any performance down here at the head. So we're going to take off the wand, and we're going to visually inspect here. We're just going to look straight down and see if there's any clogs in here. Now in this hose there isn't, or in this wand there isn't. So we're going to go to the last part, the actual unit itself, the brush unit. Now when it's turned on, there should be a green light right here. And I'll show you. This is what the light should look like. turns red, that means there's a clog and it's shut off, or if it's not there, that means that there's a problem with the power. Now, if the light's not turned on, the thing you can check is these pins right here. There are 3 pins at the top, 3 sockets at the bottom, 3 pins on here, and 3 pins on here. Just make sure that all those pins are straight up and down and present, and there's nothing in those sockets. If there is a pin that's bent or missing, you're going to have to contact Shark and get a replacement. Now, in most cases, they should cover that under your warranty, but sometimes they won't. But let's say that the light's on red. Then what that means, if the light is red, and you have a clog somewhere in here, like a sock got sucked up, that does happen a lot more than you would think it would. So just check in here, and if you don't see anything, then once again you have to call Shark. But the last thing that you can check on here is take off these 3 screws. 1, 2, 3, and remove this plate. There could be something stuck inside the suction path right here. And if you take this off, you should be able to remove it and get your vacuum back in motion. That's pretty much all the troubleshooting you can do on this machine, unfortunately. It's pretty closed off and simple. So that is pretty much all you can do. If you still have problems after all this, unfortunately you're going to have to give Shark a call and wait 6 to 8 weeks for them to send you out a new part. So yes, this has been troubleshooting and maintenance on the Shark Rocket Vacuum Cleaner. This has been LogDog321 here for VacBin.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.